now.
Hey guys, welcome to the Team Stay True call. It is Wednesday night, April 1st, and a Whittier announcement guy would have had an April Fool's joke all lined up for you, but I don't. Today is my mom's birthday, though, so happy birthday, Mom. So let's get right into this call. We want to try and keep it to 30 minutes, and obviously it is a new month, and we want to first start by recognizing those people who had some success last month, and then we want to go into talking about some of the new things we have going for the month of April, because as you know, everybody starts back at zero, right? So when we talk Success Club, everybody's at zero, everybody's at an even playing field. We are all trying to accomplish the same goals moving forward. Before we get into all that, why don't we talk about Success Club and just give out some congratulations. Let's start with our Success Club point earners. Congratulations goes out to Jennifer Novak, Elisa Ketterman, who's this close to Success Club 5 this month. And I know that's a goal of yours, so good luck as you go through April here. Look forward to helping you get to that goal. Tom Newmoff, Chad Pato, Tina Sparks, Gloria Rivera, Linda Smith, and Chad Short. Congratulations to all of you guys. You earned Success Club points, just under 5. And next month, hopefully you'll be able to shoot and reach a little bit higher and do your best. Let us know how we can help. Congratulations to Success Club 5. For those of you that don't know, Success Club 5, Success Club 10. I posted on my page today, when we talk about Success Club 5 and 10, I almost refer to it kind of like the scale. These are numbers that are establishing a baseline that allows you to know that you're moving your business forward. Does that mean that it's a direct reflection of how many people you're helping? It's a reflection of the fact that you are helping people and you're moving in the right direction in your business. So we use Success Club 5 and Success Club 10 as a gauge to say, how am I doing? Now, you may be helping 100 people and not hit Success Club 5, and that's okay. But we like to recognize those people who go after those goals, because sometimes it just feels good to set a goal, to see it happen, to put a plan into place, and then to hit it. So to the people who hit Success Club 5 and 10 this month, in March, at least from my experience, the last 3 years has been one of the harder months to hit Success Club. So this is a big accomplishment. We congratulate Gretchen Newmoff, who is at 9, Beth Akins at 7, Moppy Byler at 6, Heather Haydu, Jill Berry, and Peyton Riley all at hitting Success Club 5. And congratulations go out to Glenn and myself, who were able to achieve Success Club 10. So there's one thing that is definitely a constant when you start to look at those numbers. When you look at Success Club and you see the names on the list, those are people who are saying, you know what, I'm going to do these actions daily, consistently. Even when I get no's, even when I have struggles, I'm going to get down, I'm going to do the dirty work, I'm going to reach out to people, and I'm going to see how many people I can help. So congratulations go out to all the people who hit Success Club, and good luck to everybody who is obviously going after that in April, hopefully everybody. So going into April, when we talk about Success Club, we need to talk about what are the things that can help us get there. As you know, with Beachbody, we have different challenge packs every month that are going to be on special, and they do that so that we have something to work with when we're actually reaching out to people and their needs. And this month is a good one because we're getting ready for, obviously, we're into spring and we're getting ready for summer, but there's a lot of people who probably didn't do a whole lot of moving through the winter, and they need to get started. So this month's challenge packs, I think, are going to be good ones to keep in mind. If you haven't seen it yet, they're the PIO Shakeology Challenge Pack, which is normally $160, will be at $140. The PIO Kickstart Shakeology Challenge Pack, for those of you that don't know what that is, you get the PIO program, you get 30 days of Shakeology, you get the Kickstart, which is the 3-day refresh. So somebody coming into spring looking to get a jump start and lose those few pounds real quick and get themselves that kickstart, so to speak, they can do the 3-day refresh. And keep in mind that you also get 30 days of the club membership free. And we're going to talk a little bit about that tonight on the call too. We talked about it last week's call. P90, that PIO Kickstart is normally 180, or it is 180. It's normally 205. This one is the steal, I think. P90X3 Challenge Pack, which is normally a $205 value, is down to $160. So they usually only drop at one level. This one got dropped 2. Obviously, you have P90X3 is on the demand, so people can get the on-demand challenge pack and do that program. But obviously, I think it's always a value to have the DVDs as well. And then last but not least, the Ultimate Reset and Shakeology Challenge Pack, normally $305. is down to 275. So some of the things we want to talk about, and as you guys ask questions tonight, is how can you use those challenge packs to help yourself have success in this month. Darren O'Lean, creator of, or co-creator of Shakeology and the Ultimate Reset, is going to be running his own personal accountability group starting April 29th. If you want to be a part of that, you can get on that, and there's an opportunity to win his book. What's up, Mark? How you doing, bud? And Chels. So make sure that you check that out. If you're looking to do the Ultimate Reset, that's a 21-day. We talk refresh, that's 3 days. 21-day reset is 21 days of teaching your body, teaching yourself how to eat right, and kind of resetting your pH levels in your body. And then Super Saturday is the last announcement I want to touch on. Is the official Super Saturday is April 25th. And obviously there's going to be locations all across the country that you can go to. So wherever you're at, you can get on the Beachbody website, you can look up the directory and find out where you can go. I know there's a few people who maybe head out to Pittsburgh on Saturday, but what we want to focus on is Friday. We made the announcement last week. Glenn and Beth have registered to do a Super Friday. We're going to do it at lunchtime. What are you talking about, Dan? Friday at lunchtime, people are working, right? Yes, but we're going to try to get together. If you're local and you're not working, or you're able to get off or you're taking lunch break, we're going to get together at Glenn and Beth's house, and we're actually going to just hang out, get to know each other better, obviously, and go over the announcements that Team Beachbody has. But at noon, Glenn is going to do a Zoom call just like this, and he's going to share that video. It's a 45-minute video from Beachbody Corporate, so that everybody has the opportunity to be updated. You know, first thing, most people aren't going to see the video until Saturday. We're going to do it Friday at lunchtime. So I believe that that's going to be, if I'm not mistaken, Glenn, 12 o'clock or 12:15. I think he said 12:15. He's going to start that video. So it's something where we'll post a link and you can dial in just like we are here, and you can sit back and watch the entire thing and get all the updates for the upcoming quarter in Team Beachbody. Glenn, did I miss anything as far as announcements?
No, I don't think you did. I would encourage you guys, you know, we stress the 3-day refresh as a good cleanse program, you know, kickstart type program. I would highly encourage you, if you have not tried the 21-day ultimate reset, I would highly, highly, highly encourage you to give it a shot. And I'll be quick on this, but I was completely, when Beachbody launched this program, I was completely like, oh man, here we go. What is this cleanse crap? Honestly, I wasn't a fan of it. I always thought this is a bunch of garbage and everything like that. So I finally tried it. Beth and I committed to it, and I couldn't believe what it did for me. I lost 11 pounds, and that was pretty amazing to me. Beth, you lost about the same, right?
Yeah, but I started upping my portions because I was losing more than I wanted to.
She was losing more than she wanted to, so she started upping her portions and everything. But long story short, I felt awesome. And so if you haven't tried it, or you've been on the fence about it, you know, it sounds like a big chunk of change, which it is. We're not going to deny that, but you're going to feel great. You're going to feel amazing when you're done with it. So I just wanted to throw that in there. But the other thing I wanted to throw in there is Success Club matters now. Starting this month, you need to get Success Club 5. Even if you're an Emerald coach, you will not get free customer leads from Beachbody in May unless you hit Success Club 5 in April, and you will not get free Shakeology leads or challenge leads.
Sounded like you said.
Oh yeah.
What?
It sounded like you will not get shit if you don't. But you were starting to say Shakeology.
Yeah.
But you won't.
You won't get it. So you won't get Shakeology leads. You get Success Club 10. So make sure you guys are aware of that and really shoot for that and strive for that, and tell your team that too. Make sure that they're aware of it, because that matters now, and we should all be wanting to get those leads. So.
Yeah, no, that's a great point. I did forget that. No, I love the you know, I've heard you say multiple times about the 21-day reset, how good you felt. And again, I was probably like you were when the first thing first came out. I'm like, you know, eat pretty good. I don't know. And I did the 3-day refresh, and I couldn't believe how amazing I felt. I can only imagine if I did that for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got to be unbelievable.
Well, and the one thing about the Ultimate Reset is if you have customers that are struggling with their cholesterol, or, you know, they're trying to get off their high blood pressure medication, like my mom, because we did it with my parents, and that was kind of fun because, like, we'd have them over for dinner and we'd, you know, prepare the meals together, because it is like, it can be overwhelming with the meal prep. But my mom, like, in conjunction with the Ultimate Reset plus doing Shakeology for 3 months, like around that, her cholesterol went down like 80 points.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just, you know, amazing. So it definitely is a solution for someone that is having, you know, and it's not just to feel better. It definitely does help. I mean, I'm not going to lie. It was a challenge for me. I don't like to be restricted on what I have to eat. So I was kind of a pain in the butt during that, but just a little. I just wanted corn chips with my veggies.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
But it did. I mean, I felt good, and I did it after, you know, I had some surgery and like a cancer scare, and like that's why we did it, like to just defense of all this crazy health issues that I had gone through. So,
yeah, and that's awesome. I mean, and that is great as we talk strategy going into this month. There are a lot of people who are not ready for the exercise portion of this process. So it's nice that we have an option, a solution that people can go to, the 21-day reset. Will it take effort? Yeah. But I think we've learned in this business that it takes work if you want to have success, but it's definitely worth doing. So, I mean, if you're dealing with customers right now and they struggle to work out or they don't have time, obviously then they're going to find a reason not have time to do meal prep, but they may find it easier to do food than to actually exercise. It might be worth them finding the time to do the meal prep if you're not asking to kick their butt with Shaun T or something. So definitely as you go through this month, consider the Ultimate Reset. I know it's something that I probably have not promoted enough. But, so going in, we got about 15 minutes here, 15, 20 minutes. And I'm just going to take a few minutes and talk about what I'm doing with free groups, because as we are into a new month, if you look at the Stay True event calendar, we're looking at April 13th, and that calendar is the pinned post of the Stay True team page for a reason, because we want you to kind of keep up to date on it. Like, that's how we're going to probably run our group. So if you're looking to run a group or get customers in a group, you want to know when they're happening. So the next free group and the next challenge group and the next Coach Basics, and we'll talk Coach Basics later, but the free group and the challenge group are starting April 13th. That's the second Monday of this month. So that gives you a couple weeks here to get prepared to run a free group. And when you're running free groups, you can obviously advertise for them all the way up to the day of, because you're not asking anybody to necessarily invest anything. So you have time to do that. But we want to make sure that we're making efforts to do that. So I want to share just kind of how I used my last free group and how I've rolled it into this current challenge group I'm doing, which is technically still a free group. And I'll explain here in a second because of the Beachbody On Demand. But I think that this is probably going to be a pattern that I start to try to implement more often. So 2 weeks ago, I think 2.5 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, I ran a free clean eating group. It was, a lot of information that I've worked on with Glenn and Beth. So we have all this information for the free clean eating group. So if you hear me say we ran a free clean eating group, I want you to understand you can too, because we have all the information. We have the posts, we have the meals, we have the shopping list. You don't have to create anything new. It's not about it's not about reinventing the wheel. Your job as a coach is to make sure that you bring people into a group that you can get that information to them, and then you can help coach them and encourage them as they go through the process. And if you don't know all the answers, that's okay. You have other coaches on your team that can help you out, that you can reach out to. That's why we have a team page. So when you hear us talk about free groups, don't let that scare you. Everybody on this call, everybody on our team could run the free clean eating group starting Monday. It will take a little bit of work because you have to actually post each day. You have to follow up and see if they're asking questions. You have to see how everybody's doing. But that's what we do as coaches because we care about the people that we're working with. So don't be scared by the free clean eating. So I ran a free clean eating group. It was 7 days. I was in there interacting every day with, and I'll tell you this too, this is another tip I have. And the earlier you kind of advertise for it, the better. I had advertised for this free clean eating group, and I got 8 people, I think. And I'm not going to lie, you guys know how this goes. Sometimes when we advertise for something, the people who already follow us, who are already in our challenge groups, who already, love everything we do, they want to be in another group because they're like, yeah, I'm in. I want to eat, I love the challenge group and the exercise. Now I want to do the clean eating. So you end up with some people, and I had, I think, 1 or 2 new people in there, but I looked at that group and I thought to myself, wow, all these people are already in a group somewhere with me, and I'm encouraging them already. So I had actually posted a video, I added everybody to the group, and then I posted a video in the group, and I said, guys, I'm going to postpone this for a week. And I said, what I'm asking, I said, the whole point of this process, you guys are all involved in a group somewhere, and I love it. I love that we are already creating that bond and that family and that team. But what I'm going to ask you guys to do is pay it forward. So I'm going to ask you to invite at least one person to come do this with you. And what happened when I posted that video, I had 2 or 3 people who went and posted on Facebook, said, hey, I'm getting in this group. Does anybody want to do it with me? I had a couple people who tagged their friends and said, hey, would you be interested in doing this? And we ended up getting 32 people in the group. So I went from 8 people to 32 people. And it wasn't because they were all 30 people I knew. They were people that these 8 people had started reaching out to. So if you feel like you've got a group and you feel like, you know what, I don't think this is quite the dynamic I'm looking for, ask those people to help you. So when we did that, we postponed it, and I went ahead and scheduled out some things in that group to get us up to that first day, and shared some videos. And I can share all that stuff. I have the group, and I have them saved still. But then what happened, we went to that 7 days, everybody loved it. They ate the meals, they loved the meals. And Beth, I don't know if you guys created the meals or the white chicken bean chili or whatever it is, but everybody raved about it. I mean, people love the food. So the food was something that everybody was won over by. People were losing 4 or 5 pounds, but they felt like they could do 7 days and they could handle the eating part of it. So that free group didn't necessarily bring in any Success Club points or sales, but it started to build relationships. And that's the purpose of those free groups. Okay. But now I have a group of 30 people, you better believe, that I left in there. And now I keep coming back to them and saying, hey guys, have you ever heard of the 3-day refresh? I know you felt good doing those 7 days, but think about this. I just did this 3-day refresh, lost 6 pounds, and I felt freaking amazing, all because of the way I was eating. And to buy the 3-day refresh is $59.99, $69.99. It's not as, people are more likely to say yes to something that's $50, $60, $70, and then they try it out, they start feeling good. And now we're still building that relationship. I'm still helping them. They're still having results. What I want you guys to understand is when you do this business, it's not just an instant. It's not always going to be an instant. Oh my gosh, they're having results. They love it. They're great. Sometimes it will be, but a lot of times you have to work to build those relationships. So I'm seeing more now the value of these free groups that I did not run for a long time. So don't make my mistake. Don't wait 2 years to run a free group. Start running them now. If you don't get the people you're looking for, ask those people to help you. Say, I really want to run this group, but let's bring more people into this. So what has happened since then, because I have that group still open and I'm still posting in there and I still have access to these people, then the 30-day free trial came out. And it was an opportunity for people to try Beachbody on demand. So we, I know Glenn and Beth and myself and a few other coaches, we started advertising the 30-day free trial club membership, basically challenge group. And we put together a 3-week schedule that we've given them the workouts for 3 weeks that they can do using the on-demand feature. And then they're going to obviously pick the 4th week. So I went right back into that group and I said, hey guys, would anybody be interested in doing this? It's 30-day free trial. If you do it for the 30 days and you don't like it, you just call and cancel. You don't have any. So they're still getting a free group, but now we've taken that group who is learning how to eat better and we're introducing exercise into their world. Okay, and I have a few people who I reached out to in that group at the end of the group to see if they wanted to be a part of the 21-day fix. And they're like, I just can't commit to that right now, exercise and all that. Well, guess what? When I went back and offered the free, guess who joined? The people who said they didn't have time to do the exercise. And they're posting in there now like, oh my gosh, I'm so sore today. So these people who said they didn't have time to work out, now that it's free, they all of a sudden have time. Well, guess what? If they do this for 3 weeks and they start to really see the difference and feel the difference, chances are they're going to want to keep going. And I'm going to encourage them to keep going because that's what's going to be healthy and good for them. So then when we get to the end of this group, I now can go into that group. I have a better relationship, a relationship that's grown over 4 to 5 weeks where they trust me, they've gotten to know me. And now I can say, hey, Glenn, I know that you just did these 2 free groups and you're feeling great. For $40 for the next 3 months, you can continue to do this with me. Does that sound like something that interests you for $40? Because we talked about the value of having a club membership. Obviously, you will make a commission as a coach every time they renew their club membership. So to have people in a club membership, there's value in that. And now they have access to over hundreds of workouts. Now, that's the basics of it. But what I really wanted to kind of focus on here just for 2 minutes is in that group, not only am I focusing on Beachbody On Demand, because that's obvious, right? Everybody wants to do Beachbody On Demand. Everybody's talking about Beachbody On Demand. We talked last week about the meal planner option. So I've had a big focus in this first week about I made a video on how do you use the meal planner? How do you figure out your 7-day meal plan? I'm asking them to take screenshots and post their meal plan just so I know that they actually did it. And it's really kind of cool because people are starting to say, oh, that's really cool. I've got my 7 days. I'm going to try some of these meals and see how they go. Well, now if they, not only do they have the 7-day free challenge we did at the front side, food, grocery shop, now they've made their own on Team Beachbody Club. And you can make different changes to that as well so that it changes up your meal plan. So now they're learning how to use the club membership. So now when I ask them at the end of the group, hey, have you ever thought about just paying the $40 and give it another 3 months? Let's see what happens. Let's see what you do. And obviously the hope is that somewhere down the line, if they haven't started Shakeology or tried it, that now they're going to want to try it because that's going to be the next step. So it's about trying to take those small baby steps and those progressions so that you are building that relationship and you're bringing value to the club membership and to what they're doing. So really, that's all I want to touch on that because I know that we're going to do a Getting Started Right call here tonight. And I know Glenn had posted in a team page. You guys might have seen the new welcome email, so I want to give you time there. But if you guys have questions, reach out to me or stay on the Getting Started Right call. We can talk some more.
All right. Well, thank you, Dan.
You're welcome.
So yeah, we've got about 4 minutes here, and I did post a new coach welcome letter into our files on Stay True. This is obviously replacing our previous coach welcome letter. And the thing that we liked about this letter, this was basically something that a couple of us reviewed and decided, you know what, let's look at this. And again, it is from Anita Myron, who we also got her, not her invite, but basically her step 2 through 5 from, and that we've started utilizing on our team page. And so the letter is basically, it's kind of a softer letter. It's trying to find out what kind of coach do you want to be. Since we changed the way that we're inviting people to join our team as a coach, we thought it might be good to change the way that the coach intro letter was, the stance that we took in it. So the biggest change is we're finding out, we're asking them, we're describing that there's 3 different types of coaches, and we're asking them, which one are you? Now, we describe the 3 different types of coaches in that email letter or in the letter. And so, you know, I'm going to encourage you to create a video of yourself going over those 3 different types of videos and then plugging in a link into your letter to them. But if you really don't want to, then you can do one of 2 things. You can use your uplines video that they've created. I know Dan's created one. I'm going to create one. Beth is going to create one. So you can use one of our videos in your email to them, or you can, you know, just not use one at all. And I think the description of each of the 3 different types of coaches we did a pretty good job in writing, but some people will capture it better if you do a video. So that would be one thing that I would encourage you to take a look at. Do you want to make your own video? Do you want to use one of your uplines videos? Whatever you want to do is perfectly fine. But I think as you read through that, you'll take note that it is kind of a softer email. In our other email that we sent out, it was assuming that they were in it for the business, which, you know, as you know, a lot of people are not. A lot of people may start out as a discount coach and then work their way into inspiring other people, or they realize, hey, I'm inspiring other people, so now I'm going to become a coach. So, our letter was geared more towards driving the business, which I think, was a little overwhelming and maybe just not to the tune that we wanted it to be. So we borrowed this letter from one of the top coaches in the company, and which she's happy to share with us. So that's awesome. But so I'm going to encourage you guys to take a look at it, read over it. If you have any questions about it, reach out to Dan, Beth, or myself.
I have a question.
And Beth has a question.
So I only used this twice, but I was just talking to Tiffany, one of my new coaches. That's why I was late getting on this call. When do you send, I just realized I sent her that to ask what kind of coach she was, and she just got back to me 2 days ago. But when do you, I've never even given her websites or anything yet, because I used to send all that in that first email.
Right. So what we're going to do with that is, basically, if they come back to you and they say they're a discount coach, then that's basically the end of it. You just be there, support them, help them work on themselves. That's their number one goal. If they're saying they want to do it for a hobby coach or a career coach, then there is a second email that we will be going over and creating this next week, in the next couple of days. Dan doesn't know this yet, but soon we're going to be on a call.
How about tonight? Because I need to send it tonight.
Oh, well, how about tonight? We're going to be on a call, maybe tonight.
Who wants to stay up late?
Discussing just the content of that email and what all we should include and not. So we're creating this as we go, but yeah, so that's a good question.
Okay. And the color code. I mean, I still like the color code.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Yeah. Yep. So there are bits and pieces that we are going to, keep in there. It's just a matter of, when do we present them with that? And I think the first email, we were maybe being too overwhelming or overwhelming people too much. So now that we'll know what category they fall into, and we'll be able to respond to them based on that. Okay. If you guys are confused or have no idea what we're talking about, that's perfectly fine. We're here to help you. So, if you sign a new coach, and, first off, I would encourage you to use the new steps 2 through 5. All right. So step 1 is your invitation. There's plenty of samples of invitations that you can use on our team files page and Stay True. And Dan, I know you've put those into your team page as well. And then there's the Anita's, step 2 through 5. So don't get those confused. They are separate. One is your invitation. And then once somebody responds to your invitation, that's when you use Anita's scripts, or, we might as well start calling them our scripts, Stay True, or, scripts, basically from here moving forward. So
then I have one more question.
Yes.
When I signed Tiffany, I kind of knew she wanted to work the business. I still sent her the email, but another coach that I just recently signed, she specifically did it for the discount.
Mm-hmm.
So I haven't put her in Stay True. Are you guys adding every single person? Because she's very overwhelmed with just getting started. So I didn't want to put her in until I've heard back from her from this first email.
Right. So what I'm doing with that is Jamie, one of the new coaches I just signed last week, she is specifically in this for the discount. Her focus is on her and getting to her own goals. But I did put her in Stay True. And what I told her is, listen, I'm going to add you to our team of coaches. And it's just another page you can go to for inspiration, and or if you have any questions, if you do happen to inspire someone along the way, then you can ask them, or, you can ask, hey, how do I do this? Or, what do I do if somebody is interested when I've been talking to them at work, or whatever it might be. And, that's the other thing is I think that there's value in what we talk about as a team in Stay True, whether it's encouraging, whether it's talking about customer service or whatever it might be, we need to share those feelings and share those thoughts, and that's the place to do that. So
yeah, I think you never know when somebody might see, read, or hear something that sparks something in them. So I think just having them exposed to it is a good thing. And plus, when you introduce them, everybody's like, welcome, 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 welcome. There is that sense of, oh, I am a part of something bigger than just a discount here.
Right. Yeah. Bigger than Beth or bigger than Glenn or Dan or, whoever, Chrissy or Heather or, whoever it might be that's doing it. So,
okay. I need to add her.
Okay.
I haven't, but.
Cool. All right, I'm going to jump off and click on that other call in case somebody jumped on.
Good deal.
And if anybody's getting on the new coach or the getting started right call, you have to click out of here and click on the new link, correct?
Yeah. Yes, and I'll explain that to them as you leave. So.
All right. Peace out.
So what we're doing is the first 30 minutes of this call, and we need to work on that 30-minute time frame, as you can tell. Our calls are going to start right at 9 o'clock from now on. We're not going to have too much layover time there. So if you're getting on our call, try to get on at least 5 minutes before the start of the call. That way, you're there, you're plugged in. But basically what we're going to be doing is we've decided once a week to do a team getting started right call. Okay. So now this isn't going to take away from doing one-on-one calls, other than it'll give you guys a spot to bring all your new coaches to the call. And if you're a new coach, I encourage you to get on the call, because this will also be a time, let's say, for example, tonight, this is our first time doing it. Okay. So people may not be aware of it. They may not know what's going on and all that, which I completely expect. So if you are a new coach or even a seasoned coach and you have a coaching question, this is going to be an area too where that'll allow you to ask those questions and open those conversations up with, whoever whatever other coaches are on the call. So, but
it'll always be a separate link than this call.
Yeah, I'm thinking we're going to always do a separate link than this call in case this scenario happens where we run a little bit over, then one of us can jump on the other call. So if we change that, it's no big deal. You'll just stay on this call and we'll let you guys know. So, all right. But these are all growing pains. These are all things that we're doing and, changing as we go. So if you don't like change, I apologize in advance, but it's a good thing to be happening. We're growing faster now. And there's a lot of exciting things going on. So
I have a question. So the getting started calls are going to be every Wednesday as well, but at 9:30. Is that correct? Okay, yes. Perfect. So next week, then I can have my coaches get on that call and then get on with them and go over stuff.
Yes.
Information, questions. Okay.
Yeah, and so I don't know where I didn't even know we were having one tonight. I'm not sure how I missed that piece.
We're on vacation. That's why.
But and Heather, just if you have a coach getting on there, plan to get on there with them. Which I think we should have had Tiffany get on there tonight. But when we do, we should. You want to get on with them so you can make them, what. Even if you're not the one answering their questions, you want to know what questions they have.
Right. I'll have my girls get on next week.
Yeah, I will too. So you and I can lead that call.
There you go. Okay, any other questions that you guys have? Tina, Mark? No? Yeah, hold on one second.
You got to add Tina to the Evernote.
Yeah, you have to add me to your Evernote, by the way.
Okay.
I gave Beth my address.
I thought you added her a couple weeks ago.
I did too.
Yeah, that was last week.
Anywho. She messaged me her email, so.
Anything else that I screwed up on there, Tina?
I really wish that you would have wore your cowboy hat today.
Oh, go get it on, Glenn.
Go get it, Glenn.
Where is that thing?
Anywho, though, I do have a question, though. Is anybody going to make the road trip to the Super Saturday in Pittsburgh? Maybe we can all ride together kind of a thing.
If we didn't have we have a soccer tournament. That's why we have to do our whole thing on Friday. But
I know. Well, I was asking because I can't make it to your house on Friday because I actually have to work. So that's why I was just wondering if anybody was going to Pittsburgh. Nice.
What about, and Dan, maybe Dan will. Look at Heather.
I can't even look at you right now.
Why? It's not bad.
He loves that hat. Yeah, you guys should go. I think that'll be a blast. Maybe Dan will be going to it.
I mean, I can always post something in the actual coach page just to see, you know, who's all going. If you can all go together or whatever.
That'd be a fun little road trip.
Would you stop it?
I messaged you.
Got it. I'll do it.
Awesome. You couldn't pay me enough to go to Pittsburgh, so.
Oh, go Browns.
I'll go to Pittsburgh wearing my brown shirt.
There you go.
Right.
Perfect.
But no, if you guys, I would highly recommend that meeting. I mean, despite the location for Northeast Ohio Browns fans, it is an excellent meeting. You know, I went to their last meeting that they had, and I brought a lot back from it. I mean, it's great to hear different perspectives. It's great to hear some of the top females in our coaching, you know, Beachbody company, and, you know, you'll see their personalities. You may be able to relate to them, and you may start following them on Facebook. And I would encourage you to do that and reach out. You know, honestly, if you reach out to them, they may not get back to you, but you can reach out and be mentored by them by just seeing what they're posting, seeing how they word things, seeing how they, you know, what pictures they take, what are they posting, and just how are they interacting with their following. So I think, you know, that's a big part of their success is utilizing Facebook and, you know, getting a following. So definitely, even if you can't make it, see, you know, if you register for it, or if you look at that registration page, you'll see what coaches will be there, and as far as who will be presenting and everything, and just seek them out on Facebook and watch what they're doing. I think it's a very good learning experience because it's different than what I do. It's different than what Beth does. And, you know, if you can find someone you connect with, then that's awesome. Anything else from anyone? All right. Well, if you are a new coach, then feel free to jump off this call and let's click on the other link, and we will do a getting started right call and or just open forum for questions. All right. We'll talk to you guys later.